Hello everyone and welcome to the Eternal Quest Tarot. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this video, for being here and for providing your support. And we are doing another pick a pile reading today. As you would have already seen from the title of this video, we are looking into your crush's feelings towards you. How are they feeling about your connection? What do they think of when they think of you? How do they feel when they think of you? And just where they are at energy-wise in this connection. And with this type of a romantic connection, which can be labeled as a crush, generally speaking, these are not relationships where there's a lot of depth in communication, and it's just sort of, new and, at least that's how I define a crush, just for clarity of context. So for today's three options, I have the Blue Crystal Heart and the Animal Wisdom Tarot deck for pile 1, and the Desert Rose Stone or Crystal, Desert Rose Crystal, along with the Raven something tarot deck. I don't know the exact, or I forgot the exact name of this tarot deck, but you'll find it, in the description box. So that's for pile 2. For pile 3, I have this pyrite again, this gold pyrite with the Druidcraft tarot deck, and I've trimmed the edges of this tarot deck. The cards were too big with the edges and just very bulky and kind of problematic to shuffle. So there's that. So go ahead and pick a pile. Go by your first instinct is what I always recommend. Whatever you are drawn to, whatever crystal, whatever back of the tarot deck or the name of the cards or whatever it is that draws your attention, just go by your first instinct. I'll have the timestamps down below in the description box again. And you can just click on it and I will meet you at your reading. Oh, and one more thing, if this reading does resonate and it does help you in any way, please let me know in the comments below, and I do hope that you will consider subscribing and staying back for more pick-a-pile readings to come. Alright, with that said, let's just get on with your readings. See you there. Hi pile 1, so this is your reading if you resonated with this Blue Crystal Heart and the Animal Wisdom Tarot deck. So we are looking into your crush's feelings and thoughts towards you. If you guys missed the intro, I said that, different kind of answers to several different questions might come up in this reading. One of them, how are they feeling, towards you and this connection, and also, excuse me, also how aware their energy is at. And by energy, I mean their thoughts and emotions. And in this type of a relationship where it's just a crush, if you hear some noise in the background, that's my dog, by the way. She's just trying to get comfortable around me as I do my read. So anyways, as I was saying, in this type of relationship, there's very limited communication with the crush. So it might be difficult to kind of guess those answers based on their behaviors towards you. They might not be comfortable yet speaking to you about it, and likewise you might not be in such a comfortable place asking those questions. So anyways, let's do this read. What are your crush's feelings towards you? You're starting with the Four of Branches. Okay. What are your crush's thoughts and feelings towards you at this time? And again, all my readings are timeless, so whenever you find this reading, that's when the message is meant for you. We have the Nurturer of Feathers, and this is the Queen of Swords. So for some of you, the person you have a crush on, I feel like they have been wounded in the past. And while, with the Four of Wands, I get really good vibes, as in they do they do consider you seriously as a like long-term option, or at least that is what is on their minds right now. They might still be kind of comparing it, or being a little cautious and a little bit more in their heads about this connection, because of the past experience that they have had with other relationships. Polar bear, seeker of shells. This is the Knight of Pentacles. So what are your crush's feelings towards you? And with the same line of thought, like them being wounded in the past, I feel like that has given them sort of this cautiousness around relationships, and they might be someone who is moving very slow. They might also have trouble like expressing their feelings, and it's like there are two sides to them. It's like they have a lot to say, a lot to like talk about when it comes to relationships in general, and probably they want to communicate with you. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, they want to communicate with you a lot, maybe even want to express a lot, which they haven't been able to up until this point. But with this Knight of Pentacles, I feel like this is for those of you that have still not gained that clarity as to where you stand with them. It's also possible that, you know, they are not making the crush itself that they have, or their feelings about you, very obvious, and just sort of holding themselves back and wanting to go slow, because I feel a very wounded energy with this tarot reading. Bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Fossils. Yeah, again, so with Two of Pentacles, Two of Fossils, which is Two of Pentacles. This is, you know, someone who is either they're trying to balance everything out, as in balance out their own viewpoint about you, about the connection, and get more clarity within themselves as to what they really feel and what they really want to do going forward in this connection. Just to quickly mention how I look at the bottom of the deck energy when I draw that card is a kind of like an overall energy of the spread. So with this, I feel like there's a lot of inaction and them being stuck with that inaction because they are unable to make up their mind. I feel like up until this point, they have always told themselves that they are very independent, and they very well might be. Someone who's like used to taking care of their own selves, someone who doesn't like their reliance, emotional or otherwise, on somebody else. So this is a highly like independent kind of energy, and life has taught them to be this way, you know. So that is why I feel like to get somebody else, the Nine of Pentacles is a card that comes just before the Ten of Pentacles, which is, you know, when we invite someone else in our lives and we create that long-term stable relationship. And I feel like they must be someone who's, you know, been on their own for quite a long time now, and they're good and happy within themselves. Like I feel a very confident kind of a vibe coming from the Nine of Pentacles. So there's that because of the past hurt, which I feel like the Queen of Swords here is indicating, and the cautiousness that they have within themselves regarding relationships. This is not a person that's acting really fast. Although I feel like when they do see you, when they do interact with you, it gives them a lot of happiness. They must be like really coming alive when they see you, or when they get a chance to talk to you within themselves. But it's like this person does a very good job of not letting it show on the outside almost, and on the outside they might come across as very dry and too logical, and really not, as I said, expressing what's in their heart, and that's because of the past pain. Okay, let me get some more on the Nine of Fossils, which is the Nine of Pentacles, and see what that energy is here. Where is their feeling of I don't need anyone, and this independence coming from. So far it has been a very like straightforward read, and just kind of straight up giving me the message that about what is going on with them. But let's get some more on the Nine of Fossils. Ace of Feathers. It's like they have been waiting to meet that right person for a while now. As I said, like I feel with this pile especially that, you know, this might be referring to someone who has been on their own for a while now, and they just want to be extremely sure and extremely clear about you and how they feel about your connection with them before they make the next move, or before they even start showing up with their emotions out there. So they might be confusing you at this time, okay? And that's because like within them, they're trying to like seek clarity. With the Two of Pentacles, it's also possible that your person is dating other people and that they're looking to select out of them the best option available, and therefore like for now they're not like rushing into things. You know, that's another kind of like intuitive feeling that I got, that Two of Pentacles must be, you know, them being open to like dating or seeing multiple people, or they already have somebody else in their lives, okay? And they're just trying to, as I said, get clear what they feel, how they feel about you. Okay, this wanted to jump out. The Polar Bear, Seven of Fossils. For some of you, this can also mean, there's a Seven of Pentacles in the tarot. For some of you, this could also mean, you know, that this person is patiently waiting or has been waiting for something to shift. Now, this something could be related to their lives, in their own lives, okay? Or it could be some sort of like shift or sign within this connection, okay? As I said, that they have not really gained that clarity yet as to what's going on here, like what's going on with you guys. They just know that they're very happy to see you. They know that they appreciate that. Oops, my light fell out. Okay, hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. So as I was saying, that your person still doesn't have the clarity. They just know that, you know, you make them sorry about that. So as I was saying, your person still is not clear on their own feelings, and they just do not know what is actually going on in your connection. Even they might be confused as to whether you like them back or not, and how much do you like them, you know, how much you are into them. So it's kind of like they're in a wait and see kind of place. They just know that, you know, you really make them happy. Like this Four of Wands energy here for this card, I'm getting like really good vibes out of it, and I feel like you bring a lot of joy, you bring a lot of happiness into their into their day, into their life whenever they get a chance to see you. and interact with you, but they're just like not sure of what is going on, and it's like they're waiting to see. Okay, they do have their eyes on you, I feel like, and they do like observe you in a way. So like watching you when you guys are around each other, or this could also be like watching you from afar on social media, and whatnot, if you guys are connected on social media. But I feel like there's a like watchful kind of energy with your crush. So there is that interest, there is that curiosity, but they're literally like, I want to wait and see how this pans out, and I want to wait and see how this goes, because I feel like with the Queen of Swords energy here, I feel like they don't want to repeat their mistakes from the past, from past relationships, and they don't want to bring in yet another like cycle of pain, you know. So that's the feeling that I'm getting. Let's get some more on the Queen of Swords. They're wounding. What's really going on with them? What's the Queen of Swords energy? What's the Queen of Swords energy here? Nine of Branches. This is the Nine of Wands. Yeah, so this is them, trying to protect themselves, trying to protect their heart. Nine of Wands is when all of your defenses are up and you're sort of being extremely cautious. Nine of Wands is a wounded energy. Okay, so that's what I got from the Queen of Swords there as well. It's a wounded energy, and they're just like that, that those kind of wounds that makes them really cautious and really like watchful and self-preserving a little bit, where they are interested now in protecting themselves, not being too vulnerable. They don't want to be too vulnerable in this connection. So that could be kind of like the confusion that they bring into this connection themselves, not really doing anything or showing much, and it could also be the what did I say, the confusion as well as the inaction that they feel, or the place that they are in right now, not doing anything about it. Okay, let me get some more on the Four of Wands, although that card is pretty self-explanatory. I want to know what exactly they're feeling. So what's this Four of Wands energy here? What's this Four of Wands energy here? With the Four of Wands, I also feel like they are looking for like a long-term relationship now, and they're not open to just having a fling with someone, not open to those short-term relationships, because I feel like in the past they have learned that this doesn't really work. It doesn't work out, and it just leads to more pain, and they have taken a lot of time to build themselves up from that pain and be independent and be on their own, and tell themselves that they don't really need anyone in their lives. So this person has really taken the time to heal out of that. So which is why they don't want to go back to it, I feel like. Okay, what's this Four of Wands energy? What's this Four of Wands energy here? It's the Seer of Fossils. This is the Page of Pentacles. This is the kind of like Page of Pentacles is someone who's really, really taking the time to learn more, observe the option that is right in front of them. This is the kind of like curious about you and watching you type of energy that I got also with the Seven of Fossils, and the way this deer is looking ahead and looking on quite curiously, really wanting to know and wanting to understand. So I feel like with the Four of Wands, there's this joy and happiness, as I said, that you bring into your life, bring into their life and their day, but they really want to like observe and learn more about you, like get to know you more before they can feel comfortable enough to be open and vulnerable for this connection. Okay, so I hope that this insight kind of provides you, that provides you with that clarity and that knowledge as to why they hold back, if that is what you have noticed with them as well. Let me get some oracle cards to this spread. As I said, a very straightforward kind of reading, and the cards are just, so on point and easy to read and speak, and not a very complicated story there. Just past pain, and about the past pain, I guess, like, we are not supposed to know what exactly it was, but it's of course like around love and relationship and their defenses being up. So let's see, let's get some oracle cards. Oops. Clarity of belief. Yeah, so like I said, they are waiting to get clear within themselves. They're waiting for that download of realization. And I feel like your person is an emotional person, but in the past they have just been so hurt. This card is kind of clarifying the depth of their hurt for me. And in the past they have been just so hurt, and they have also have had to like walk away from relationships. I feel like this is making me feel like the let go kind of energy, which has really hurt them. And having to do that, having to let go of a person that they really cared about, that they really loved and wanted a future with, that was the pain. As I was like looking at the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Branches and their defenses being up, I just really wanted to understand, what type of pain it is and what exactly is the kind of wounding. And I thought, maybe we are not supposed to know more, but this kind of gives me a little bit more on this like wounded sort of energy that they are harboring right now. And I feel like it is, the relationships that they have had to let go of that has affected them, and things not working according to their plans. So I feel like they're in a place where they do not like to make plans. Okay, they don't want to think too ahead into the future. Okay, even though like from a relationship standpoint and making things work in a relationship, it is necessary, and I feel like they understand that. But it's like I've gone through that in the past, and I no longer want to go through it again, because it has just been very painful. Okay, that's the kind of vibe that I'm getting from this card. Just more understanding into the kind of wound that they have from the past. Okay, whoops. So now they're like, I'm gonna just play it by the ear and see how that pans out, just wait and watch. So definitely, if you do have a crush on this person, you will have to be the one that's patient with them. Throat chakra. Like I said, with the Queen of Swords, it's generally, the Swords energy, it is about communication. It is about speaking your truth, and it is about being assertive and knowing what to say and speaking honestly and truthfully. But in this case, I feel like this person, your person, is not expressing much and unable to do so, because I feel like the blockage is around that throat chakra, which has got to do with expression, because again, in the past, I feel like they have done so. They have been enthusiastic and expressive with their feelings, and that has really not gone the way that they hoped for, which has really hurt them. So there's problems around communication with them, but this could also mean that there are some miscommunications between you two. For some of you guys, I'm getting back to that in the recent past especially, that's the feeling that I get, that there has been some misunderstanding, some miscommunication, something, that was taken in the wrong way, by both of you or by one of you. And that might have added to like the confusion and might have even more fueled this like cautious energy within them. Okay, something to do with communication. Like there's a problem with communication. For some of you, you might not even be in communication with this person, as in like they're just a crush from afar. So really not a lot has been exchanged, but definitely like there have not been, that honest heart-to-heart conversation where you both sit down and express your feelings and speak your truths. Like that's very lacking in this reading for pile 1. Okay, so this must be something that is new or like just begun for both of you, catching of feelings. With the number 1 there, for this card, that's what I'm getting. Like this might be something brand new. Okay, that jumped out. Whoops. Heal. The need to heal. With this card, what I've often felt, especially, this is basically the star card in the tarot, and equivalent of the star card. And you see how this is like breaking off the chains and rising above. Like there are some shackles that this guy is breaking, and there's a consciousness rising within them. So I feel like this person, as I said, they must have really done the work on themselves in healing themselves and rising above, whatever bound them, whatever pain, even like their own behavior patterns in the past. I feel like this person has really taken the time to take a look at that, examine that, and rise above that, okay? And become more healed. And I feel like there's still some ways to go, okay? And I see the light like around their heart chakra, so I feel like, this has got to do with emotional healing. And there's still some ways to go for your person, for your crush, and they're not like done with the healing journey at all, but they're on their way. They have been working, and they have been doing what they need to do to heal, but there's still some ways to go for them to feel even more empowered within themselves. Okay, so that's the kind of feeling that I'm getting about your crush. And as I said, I really do hope that this reading, this pile, whoever selected, you guys selected this pile, I hope that this kind of gives you an insight into their state of being and where they are coming from. And then you can decide at this point whether you want to, connect with the energy like that, whether you want to be patient for a person like that, and you can take it from there, So let's get some more oracle cards to get an even deeper insight as to what is going on with them. How's your person feeling towards you, towards the connection? That jumped out, so we'll take. Okay. So there are 2 cards that jumped out together. One is surrender, and the other is success. And surrender, it's basically being hands off. Basically very similar to this card's energy, which is of letting go of the need to control. That's what I felt like. Even if there are feelings and emotions, this person kind of just lets go of them and still doesn't feel confident enough to take charge, step in, and take control because of that fear that they have with the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Wands energy there, that they're so scared of investing or putting in their energy into something or going after something. So they feel like by letting go of their desires, and this is the lesson that they might have learned, by letting go and working on being okay by themselves and being calm and feeling strong within themselves, that's how they would ensure their success. You know, kind of this person recognizes the value of inaction, okay, of letting go and of inaction. I feel like this is one of the major lessons that your person is learning, or your person has learned from their past experiences. And it's something that they are actively practicing in this connection as well. So even if you bring in a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, and even if, you know, the fact is that they do consider you as, you know, or they are considering you as a long-term option, that is, they are thinking about you, and they know the potential, you know, I feel like they know the potential that this can be developed into. They have a very hands-off, you know, sort of approach. They don't want to do action. They don't want to do much, and kind of see where this pans out. Doesn't mean that there is no desire, but it's with your person for this file. There's more like, let's see, let's be patient with it. Let's not rush in. Let's observe and learn. Let's get to know the person more before I'm able to speak up, before I take some action, before I invest my emotions and energy and thoughts into this connection. Okay? So that's a kind of like attitude they now have towards love relationship and making it happen. Because as I said, self-esteem issues, this card jumped out. So like I said, this person has really worked on healing themselves and gaining their sense of balance within themselves, by themselves, and has been probably working on self-esteem issues as well, and kind of, you know, telling themselves that without the validation of somebody else outside of them or the opposite sex or what have you, that they are enough and that they are whole. In the past, they might have sought out relationships in order to experience that wholeness and in order to sort of seek that validation that we sometimes do seek from relationship or attention from other people, especially like romantic interests. So they're trying to hold themselves back a little bit and not again go into that mindset where they start taking the attention too seriously, or like for it to mean something bigger than themselves. You know what I mean? Like they want to first feel very appreciated by their own selves and look at themselves in a certain like self-image, a strong self-image that they have been working on. And from there, you know, they always want to be operating from that place. Okay? And this is like, feels like a wound within them that they have been able to heal, to put together, to make sense of, to create something beautiful out of, which is fair enough for them. Like in the past, if this has, you know, made them seek out relationships that were not good for them, it kind of makes sense to me as a reader. Okay. Gratitude. Another vibe that I'm getting with this gratitude card, it's kind of opening up and making me see your person is really trying to, this is a very like, you know, a spiritual energy that I'm getting from your person. So your crush might be someone who's like really spiritual and understands the value of being grateful for the present moment, for the way things are in their lives right now. okay? And learning that it's not the next moment or the next relationship or the next something like outside of them that's going to make them feel complete, okay? So they must be actively drawing this energy of gratitude within themselves and within their own lives. And again, it goes hand in hand with the, healing and working from this place of surrender. Because when you're surrendered to the present moment, there is no rush to get to the next thing that your mind is telling you is kind of like the big answer. So I feel like this person is really trying to hold themselves and their energy and hold themselves up really high in order to, now operate from a very different place that they have always wanted, or they felt like it's the right thing to do after experiencing pain in the relationship. Also, this is such a deep process with them that sort of explains the unable to speak about it, the blockage around their throat chakra, and the communication issues with them that I sensed when this card came up, the throat chakra card. That kind of explains, because this is such an in-depth kind of, processing of emotions, that it's very difficult to precisely explain in words what it is like to have gone through pain, to have learned the lessons, to have worked on yourself. It's a deep transformation, which has to be sort of experienced. It's a very experiential thing, not something that can easily be talked about, and definitely not something that you can talk about with everybody and anybody else, or with everybody else, everybody in your life. I mean, you have to find the right people, and even with that, you have to find the right avenue to open up, which, since this being, I feel like a new catching of feelings on both sides, both your person and you, I feel like it might not have happened yet, that avenue for communication. So that kind of explains why they are not really expressing so much, and not really on the outside, they might appear as in like not responding to you so much. Okay. So as I said, with this reading, what my hope was to provide you some understanding, a deeper understanding of where your person is coming from, and to not misinterpret any kind of issues that pop up from this, like Two of Pentacles, not doing much and just trying to balance themselves. I feel like in the beginning I said that this could apply to some of you, in which your person is also maybe talking to other people and kind of keeping their options open. And while that is true, I feel like this is more about them wanting to remain balanced through all of this. Okay, them wanting to focus on what is important, the position that they want to, as I said, work on, the energies that they want to work with as they navigate your connection with them. That's more of a sense that I'm getting. So yeah, I really hope that this reading was helpful. I'm going to leave it here. And yeah, let me know your story in the comments below. And I will also have the other info for booking a private reading with me in the description box of this video. So make sure you check that out. As of the day that this video is posted, all of my readings are pay what you can. Okay, so that's something that I wanted to mention too, and I would love to provide you with a personal insight into your situation with either a video reading like this, or a written read, which is delivered as a PDF to your email. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this has provided you with the answers that you were looking for, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hi Pile 2, so this is your reading if you resonated with the Desert Rose Crystal or the Raven's Prophecy Tarot deck. I didn't know the name of this tarot deck, as I said in the intro, but I did look it up, and it's the Raven's Prophecy Tarot by Maggie Steve Otter. And if you are a lover of books like I am, you might have heard that name earlier. She's the author of the Ravensboys series of books, and yeah, like they are a very, very popular young adult fantasy books series, which, you know, I did intend to read, and then I forgot about it, but I do want to get my hands on that. So anyways, with this reading, we are looking into your crush's feelings, thoughts, and emotions towards you right now. And let's get started with the reading. We have the King of Cups. I really love the simple artwork in this tarot deck and the black kind of background with the orange borders. So like aesthetically, on a side note, this deck is very pleasing for me. Okay, what are your crush's current feelings, thoughts, and emotions towards you? And we have the Three of Pentacles. What are your crush's current feelings and thoughts towards you? How do they feel when they think about you? What do they think about? Where is their energy at in regards to this connection? We have Ace of Swords. What are your crush's feelings? Whoa. Sorry for dropping all of these cards. What are your precious feelings towards you at this time? We have the Five of Cups. And we have the Two of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the Tower. Okay. Interesting sort of like things that I see with this reading, and a lot of it is coming out. So I'm going to start with the Two of Swords and the Five of Cups. I feel like your crush, this person, this romantic interest, has been really hurt in the past. Okay, it's a similar kind of energy that I got in pile 1, where they too had, you know, kind of like this past pain that was influencing the connection. But this is a little different in that I feel like they are sad right now. They're still working on healing themselves. Okay, in pile 1, if you know that's something that you did check out, you would know, or not. Either ways, what I found in pile 1 was this person had taken a lot of time to heal themselves, and they were in a good place right now. But in this case, in your case, pile 2, I feel like your person has been hurt in the past, and they're still, you know, emotionally trying to pull themselves out of this mess. Okay. The Tower being the overall energy of this spread, that's how I look at the bottom of the deck card, which is, it kind of gives me the overall vibe of the situation and kind of like the context within which to read the other cards in the spread. So anyways, with the Tower, I feel like this presentation of this opportunity has been kind of shocking, you know, for them. it has surprised them to see. I feel like they are aware of how you feel towards them, and they know that you have a crush on them, and there's like a fire burning within you, and this has kind of surprised them and really shocked them. It has rocked their world, is kind of like what I'm getting. With the hands tied, with the Two of Swords, I feel like your crush feels that, you know, that they don't, that they cannot, not don't, that they cannot make up their minds as to how they feel about this connection, or, you know, seeing your feelings towards them. As I said, I feel like in this pile 2, they are aware that you have feelings towards them, and they just do not know. And it's almost like they're tied. And what they're tied with, I feel like, Three of Coins, this is them working on themselves. As I said, they are a work in progress right now, and not really have aligned, you know, within themselves. They don't feel aligned to the future or the kind of life that they want to create. Just like this is a card of still working out the kinks and like ironing out the kinks. And the Three of Coins, Trinity. The Trinity is like the mind, the body, the soul. So it's kind of aligning your energies and figuring out where you want to go in future in your life. What do you want to bring in? And I feel like your person is still in the phase where they are waiting for that clarity. Okay, so this feels like the energy of someone that has a lot going on in their lives, they have a lot on their plate right now, with like emotional pain, and I see another crow's like shadow here, so it could be representative of their shadow, which is not yet integrated. Okay, so they still have some work to do with that, or it could be the presence of this person from their past that is still very much there. And I almost feel like with this, especially the representation of the Two of Swords card here, which in a general meaning, the Two of Swords means confusion, and not being able to see really the situation right in front of you objectively, or kind of like think about it clearly. But with this representation, this like hands tied behind their backs, it almost feels like they feel like they cannot do anything about this opportunity that has been presented to them, you know, kind of like this new person, you, pile 2, sorry about that. So this new person showing an interest in them, and they feel like they cannot fully and completely respond to it. Okay, with the King of Cups energy here, I feel like your person, you know, is a very emotional person, but they try to control, you know, they try to control their feelings a lot and contain them. Okay, or right now they are doing so because, as I said, I feel like there's a lot on their plate. There's a lot going on with them at this time. And King of Cups is somebody who sort of actively, like consciously suppresses their emotions, or doesn't feel like they can act from their, and in your case it's like they feel like they can act from that place of responding to their feelings, or even examine them, because they have a lot going on. Okay, they're trying to get clear, you know, as to, you know, what do they want to do, what do they want to manifest. So there's some confusion within themselves too. So yeah, this person just has a lot going on in their life right now, is the feeling that I'm getting. And they like I said, your interest, your obvious interest in them has kind of like shook them and rocked their boat. I want to see, like, with this, working with this, where do they see this connection getting to? Like, where does this connection go according to them? I want to draw some more cards and get some insight into their intention. What does this person... Probably they'll, you know, be stuck at this place of Two of Swords, Five of Cups, and like not getting clear as to what they want to do. But let's get some more to get a clear answer, and I may as well. Strength card. Okay. What I was saying, my thought, I want to complete there. I want to get my own kind of conscious mind's conclusion out of the way so that I can just download the messages from the universe. Okay, sorry, I was so thinking about the Strength card and I'm already getting like a lot of messages. All right, so from the Strength card, okay, and this closed, like, determined kind of wrist, I get the feeling like your person is a really hardworking person and they are quite determined to fix their life, okay? They are also quite determined to do right by themselves at this point. And this is with a very good intention in their hearts, in the sense like they really, really want to evolve. They really want to get past this phase and feel stronger within themselves. I feel like they actively tell themselves that they are very strong and they are very, like kind of how we self-talk ourselves into feeling empowered. That's the kind of, you know, intuitive message that I'm getting from this. They want to feel more in control. Like I said, right now, in this situation, I feel like your person doesn't feel like they have a choice there. They feel your connection stepped in their lives or came into their lives at a point where it really surprised them. You know, it hit them like a bus, and they were not expecting this at all at this point of time in their lives. So, because they don't feel ready to be able to respond to it and to take care of it, okay? Be emotionally present and give it its due. They're busy like suppressing that side of themselves that want to act from their emotions. So I feel like they are in that place in their lives where they want to evolve past this, and they are working on getting that empowered, like organically empowered feeling in their lives, okay? With the other message, the other sort of issue with the Strength card that I do want to address here, which kind of will explain the Two of Swords, I feel like they feel that there are certain aspects in your connection that they literally do not have any control over. You know, like they feel helpless, okay? So it could be, you know, like your circumstances and what they know of, okay? Or what they are confused about at this time. And that makes them feel, because of the positions that you guys are in right now, that it's something that they do not control, and they're kind of waiting to gain that clarity within this connection as well. That's what I'm getting to. Okay? So two kinds of messages, that them working on themselves and trying to be more stable, feel more empowered and whatnot. And also like having no control, like their hands are literally tied behind their back, and telling themselves that they cannot do anything about whatever it is that they are confused about. Okay? And with the Five of Cups, like I said, I keep getting like this person is still just now coming out of something from the past, a past relationship could be, which is what it feels like more than any other issue, but it could be something that they're just getting out of. So there's that heaviness of that Five of Cups energy around them as well. Okay? Okay. What else? How does your person feel about you? What do they intend to do? I want to get some more on their intentions, but sadly enough, this reading is not giving me that as a clear answer. We have the Star. Okay, the Star is a very good, like, hopeful, healing energy, and I'm so glad to see the Star here. I feel like, you know, when it comes to you, when it comes to this connection, you bring in a sense of hope for the future, and hopeful about like having a happy kind of connection with you. Okay, so when they see you or when they interact with you, your energy, I feel like, is the more positive energy that's infusing into their lives, even amidst like all that they're dealing with and coping with. It's like they look at you and they have this feeling of hope, you know, that, you know, lying or laying on my table adjacent to the Ace of Swords card, which to me as a reader is of importance. Every reader is different, and they have their own wonderful ways of, you know, seeing how the cards, you know, function and speak to each other and inform each other in a tarot reading. But to me, how organically the cards kind of lay on my table as I'm reading, their position is of some importance to me as a reader. And I feel like with this hand reaching out to that light at the end of the tunnel, this is like you bring in a feeling of hope. Okay? And that's something that they do appreciate, I feel like, with this connection, even though like it must have really shocked and surprised them. Came out of the blue. But they're very aware of how you feel. They know that you have feelings towards them. And they can see your passion. And even for you, like those watching how too, I feel like this must be something like a strong desire that you feel, a strong attraction that you feel. Maybe, you know, this attraction is also like a hopeful thing for you too. So it could be speaking to both you guys. Is kind of like the sense that I'm getting here. So applicable to you as well as to them. Okay, 8 of Coins. It could be a work connection. You could have found them at your job. So something around work, you know. And also in regards to like this connection and, you know, the situation itself, 8 of Coins represents, you know, still having to work. And I feel this work on them, this work that it is referring to is the work that they still have to do on themselves, right? To become more available and more open to the connection. I feel like this person has, as I said, you know, this was something that they're dealing with, the 5 of Cups, the heaviness. And I feel like it's referring to this person has to work on themselves some more to become more open to connecting with you guys romantically. And it could also mean, you know, you finding them at a workplace. Okay. So sadly enough, I really wanted to get a clear answer about their intentions of the future, but I feel like Spirit is saying that right now your person is so much busy with so many things on their own plate and working through so many feelings and aligning themselves, and they're just shutting out or not responding, not shutting out. I feel like with the King of Cups, you know, they recognize the emotions that you bring out in them, but it's like they're not wanting to respond to it right now. Okay, they want to feel stronger. They want to, like, you bring in that hope of a new beginning, or hope of something better. Like, you made them, I almost feel like you made them see like there's a possibility for them to have a happy relationship. And that kind of has surprised them. You know, I feel like this person was not expecting any of it to happen the way that it happened. And kind of, it gives them hope that there is a possibility that there are people like you out there too in the world. And I feel like you bring in that, you know, as I said, you infuse their life with that good energy, but they still have like work to do on themselves. I feel like to become more open and become more ready. Okay, so let me get some more. Let's get some oracle cards in the mix to get some more insight into this energy. So what is your crush feeling right now towards this connection? How is your crush feeling towards you? What is going on with them? What are the thoughts that they have when they see you or when they interact with you? Crown chakra, this card like very strongly flipped over. Crown chakra. Okay. With the crown chakra, the message that I'm getting, that this energy, this you know, this person, the person you have a crush on, they're still going through life experiences that is going to bring them more wisdom, or they're getting more wiser. I feel like that could also be the work that they're doing on themselves, you know, around their own thoughts, their own way of processing things, their own way of feeling and thinking about this connection, you know, and just wanting that clarity around this connection and those feelings. And I feel like this is something that they are slowly but surely coming to. They're not there yet. I feel like they're definitely not there yet with these 3 cards and this one. But I feel like this has kind of started a process of, you know, evolution, mental evolution within them. And it's like flowering, you know, they're flowering, or that process is flowering within them. Oh, funny I said flowers, with the 3 of coins there being represented by 3 roses. Okay, how else is your crush feeling? And this could also be like them, you know, as I said, needing to be able to think clearly about this connection. I feel like right now they feel that they cannot do anything about it. So it just, like, all the stuff that is going on in their minds, that needs to come to a place of crystal clear clarity, you know? How is your crush feeling towards you right now? How is your crush feeling towards you? Whoops, spread your wings. So like I said, this hopefulness, it's a very similar kind of image to the Ace of Swords, reaching out to a light in the distance, being open for it. And with the star, like, being the card of hope, or that is what, you know, I'm getting from this card. I feel like this is, you know, them or like this realization that there are possibilities out there for connecting with other people and connections like yours, or people like you that can potentially represent or present an opportunity for love. I feel like this person might be closed off before you stepped into their lives, and they're right now just in the process of being open to it. There's still, like I said, a lot going on with them, so they might not have even considered like a relationship or a romantic connection at this point. But with you, it's kind of making them feel, like maybe there is a chance, maybe there is a possibility, and they're opening up. This is all happening right now. So they're not open yet, maybe. They still have some work to do, but they're in the process of opening up to this possibility of a connection with you. And I feel like you have brought that into this hope into their lives. Okay? Again, I always intend, with these readings that, you are able to get some insight. That's why I do this, and I know that's why you watch it, and kind of understand where the other person is coming from. And of course, then you can do what you have to do, as in make your choice whether you want to work on this connection or not. Sacral chakra. Okay, so this is got to do with their sexual energy, and also like the energy to create, which is kind of the same thing, and it kind of overlaps with the sexual aspects as well as creation. So as I said, this person is busy at this time working on themselves and aligning themselves to the life that they want to create in future, and just not there yet. That don't have that stability. They don't have that stability. So this is telling me, like in terms of any action from them, I feel very less hopeful in this reading for pile 2. Sorry to say that. But because they lack, I feel, the confidence at this time to, do something about it, apart from like them not being clear and feeling like their hands are tied and all those other things, aspects of the relationship that they cannot control and whatnot. I feel like this person lacks the confidence to take like an assertive, definitive, tangible step in building this connection and bringing it into actual manifestation. Okay, that's the feeling that I got when I saw that sacral chakra, that they need to work on this confidence, their power to create, which is a little lacking, I feel like, that at this point of time, or blocked because them dealing with so many other things, but they're working on it. They're still working on it, but still not there, sadly enough. Not there yet. Okay, so let me get some more oracle cards for your reading, pile 2. How is your person feeling towards you? What is going on with them? Death. I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. So like I said, still trying to work with this ending that they might have experienced. They're right in the middle of it, I feel like, and they're still, letting go of the past. And this is also a very transformative time. When we are channeling the death energy, or when we are right in the middle of what can be labeled as death energy. So transformation, a deeply complex process of learning new things and unlearning the old, of imbibing new energies and shedding, that which doesn't serve us anymore. Things from the past that have not worked so far. And this is, being right in the middle of it, not yet out of that process, I feel like. Okay, still learning, still going through going through that transformation. Okay? So how is your person feeling towards you? Pile 2. Envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. This is surprising. So if, you know, they sort of have the suspicion, or if this is like a fact, that you are in another relationship, or, you know, maybe they have seen you interacting with other people, envy is an issue that they are having to cope with right now. And that also kind of gives me an idea, if they are being envious, that gives me the idea, you know, or speaks more about their weak sacral chakra, or like the lack of confidence that I felt previously. Because it's only, you know, from that place of not feeling confident about themselves that they would feel envy, you know, of your other connections. Like if this is a work connection and then they have seen you interacting with other people and whatnot, they might perceive it as competition. And that's because, you know, that might not necessarily be true at all. And you might be, you know, focused on them, or like them back, or like them very much so, over and above these other kind of interactions and competition that they perceive other people. But for them, it's kind of like having to deal with this envy, because it makes them feel insecure. Okay? This was surprising, a surprising insight. But it sort of explains kind of like the confidence issue that I feel like your person has. How is your person feeling towards you? Self-esteem issues, yeah. So again, goes hand in hand with what I found in the sacral chakra card and the envy card. You know, self-esteem issues with your person. Just them feeling not good enough maybe for you. And therefore not having the confidence to respond to this connection or to you right now. And this is all, you know, within them. I don't feel like you guys do anything to make them feel like they fall short in any ways. In fact, you know, they might be even surprised at how you feel them, and how they have seen you know, your behavior towards them, which kind of, you know, makes me feel in this reading that it might be somewhat obvious to them that you are crushing on them. I feel like, and this might surprise them because it doesn't match their own self-image. Like this has never happened to them almost, I feel like. And it's very unexpected, and it might have, you know, brought up these self-esteem issues that they have and they're needing to deal with. Makes them feel good, makes them feel, you know, like hopeful, as I said, about the future. But yeah, still not out of that inner battle with their self-esteem issues, I feel like. Okay? So that is where I'm going to leave your reading. Sadly, like I said, I wanted to get some insight into their intentions. I don't know why, but I felt called to do that with this pile, but this is not giving me a very clear kind of answer. So we are not supposed to know right now. Since, you know, it's not coming from spirit, I believe that it's something we are not supposed to know. This is what we are supposed to know right now. So anyways, as I said in the beginning, I do these with the intention so that you can get some clarity. Also bring in some empathy and empathize with the other person. And also, you can choose and decide now what you want to do about this connection. And I wish you all the luck. And I'm going to leave your reading here. I hope that this resonated. I hope that it is immensely helpful. It gave you the answers that you are looking for. And I will have all the information for booking a private reading with me. If you're interested in that, in me either writing down the reading, if you prefer that format, or a video reading, a similar reading to this, or a similar format to this, for your own private questions and issues that you want me to explore with you. So let me know in the comments down below if this helped, if the reading resonated, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hi Pythri, so this is for those of you that resonated with this golden pyrite crystal and or the Druid Craft Tarot deck. So today we are looking into your crush's feelings towards you. How do they feel when they see you, or how do they feel about this connection overall? And also look into where they are at in their energy, which is, thoughts and emotions around this connection. And my intention is to provide you that insight and clarity so that, you can pick and choose whether and what you want to do about this connection, whether you do want to engage with or develop this connection with an energy like that. And just, with this type of a romantic connection that can be labeled as a crush, there is more often than not, there is a lack of communication in terms of like being able to speak your truths, because they're oftentimes very new and not that deep kind of connections. At least that's how I see them, that's how I define them. So here's hoping that you get all the answers that you need to know at this point of time. Okay, so let's get started with the reading. You're starting with the Ten of Swords. Overwhelmed, not knowing what to think. Oops. We have Death as the second card. How is your crush feeling about you right now? Pile 3. How is your crush feeling towards you? What are their thoughts, emotions? Whoops, these two cards jumped out. The Justice and the Heal. And bottom of the deck we have Six of Cups. So lots of major arcana cards here for pile 3, and I feel like this person that you are crushing over, I'm going to start with the Six of Cups, which is kind of like the overall energy. That's how I look at the bottom of the deck card. It kind of, is representative of the overall vibe of the situation. I feel like your crush is still very much hung up on their past. This could be this could be an ex that they were involved with, okay? And with the Justice card here, they could be divorced, separated recently, and they're still kind of in that energy of the past, okay? Some of you might, there might be children involved, as in they might have kids, I feel like, from this past relationship, and feels like a long-term relationship that has ended in a divorce or a divorce type separation, dissolution of a marriage or something. So I feel like they're still quite hung up on their past. With the energy of Ten of Swords and the Death card. With the Ten of Swords, I feel like right now your crush is not really in a place to be able to respond to this connection, and they might be literally feeling overwhelmed and tired about like love and relationships, like a very tired and exhausted kind of energy I'm getting from this and the Death card. And being in the energy where you're channeling the death card energy, that usually is, you know, you going through or them going through transformation in this case, where a person is still, you know, shedding the old and bringing in the new. So it's an ongoing process, I feel like, for them. And this is a card that came up for pile two's reading as well. And that's exactly, those are the kind of feelings that I'm getting for pile 3 as well, that they are right now in the middle of this shedding of the old. Okay? Working on this, moving on from this ending that has happened in the past. So it's possible that your crush might not be in a position right now to do a lot or anything about, you know, your feelings towards them or this connection. Like, I feel like it just exhausts them. They are not feeling that enthusiastic about it. They're not like excited about it. Okay, they just they want a break, a breather from love, from relationships. Not right now. That's the kind of like vibe that I'm getting. Not right now. Okay, with the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel card, this to me is, you know, a lot of time still needs to pass for them to be available for this connection or just romance in general, you know, to open up that side of their lives once again. Okay? And I feel like they have a sense of that wanting this break and not wanting to do anything right now within them. And they realize that, realize this as well. And they find that, and they must be thinking that this is the right thing to do. Like right now, where they are, still hung up on their ex. So I feel like it's kind of for them, it's the right thing to be shut off. And they just need more time. And you know, with this image of the Wheel card, this woman enclosing a circle around her, that's kind of like them, you know, making sort of like a boundary or like having their defenses up and then closing themselves off to any opportunities that might come up in the love and the relationship area. So I feel like, you know, just by looking at these cards, I would, you know, give you the advice, like, if I were you and I saw these cards for my crush towards me, I would withdraw my energy and focus it on someplace else. Okay? And this is not about you per se, like, it's just what is going on in their lives right now. This person is not available for a connection, is what I'm getting. Okay? I want to see more on that Six of Cups energy. Can you clarify Six of Cups energy for your spirit? Unfortunately, so like with this reading, this is such a like obvious and strong message that I literally, of course, can't ignore it. I would never ignore it, of course, and tell you exactly how it is. But I am sorry to say that. The moon, yeah. The moon is bringing up of their, you know, past memories, their conscious as well as subconscious tendencies. And that is kind of like messing their heads up, I feel like, at this point of time. Moon is also not being able to see clearly at what is right now in front of you. because it's so many overlapping like emotional shadows. You know, when I think of the moonlight, when you see something in the moonlight, the moon casts a shadow, or the moonlight shadow is very distinct and different from the shadow that one would find in sunlight, and different in a way because first of all there's not much light, so there's, you know, that confusion, and then, you know, not being clear about what we are seeing, and on top of that there are shadows, which to me is representative of you know, like our own shadow self. So everything in our subconscious, everything in our unconscious minds sort of surfacing and making us feel like really lost. Okay, a lost feeling in life, because I don't know if you can see that from the card, but there is a path ahead. So there is like a lot of hope in the moon card, as well as there is some ways which you can go and like walk to a different path, or some time needs to pass before the night can turn into day, which is the feeling that I got from the wheel card, that some time needs to pass, and there is hope of them like getting past this, and they will. But I feel like, you know, this past connection and their experience that has triggered a lot, like they're very triggered right now, is the feeling that I'm getting. Very triggered, and therefore it's best, I feel like, they being closed to connections and relationships, and it's great that they're not bypassing the process of healing. I want to get some more on the heal card, the time card. Yeah, they're not bypassing the healing. They're not, you know, getting overwhelmed or scared of that in itself, and allowing themselves to be in the space. And I kind of agree with their line of thought, where they feel like being closed off to any more connections is a good thing. I kind of agree. You know, they still need to go through this transformation. Your person is in a deeply transformative like time of their lives right now, which is, unfortunately or fortunately, it's a very lonely place to be in, and those kinds of processes, they happen in isolation more often than not. We get more on the heal card. What's the heal energy here? We have 7 of Cups. Yeah, like I said, this past relationship that they're so hung up on, 7 of Cups to me is a card of like illusion, delusions, and just look at the energy of this person in this card. Just look at that. That seems like someone who's like really, you know, feeling defeated, feeling sad, depressed, and completely out of it, you know? Not like, doesn't feel like an energy of someone who's available for connection, especially this rendering or this version of the 7 of Cups. Yeah, so this has, as I said, very much speaks to the moon card here. This is them like being closed off, like not wanting to connect. So maybe in the past this person has shut you out, and your experience with them has been, you know, them not being communicative enough, and just that might have left you wondering, like, does this person even care or think about me? But know that this is not about you. This is just them not being available right now. Okay? Seven of Cups, very, very, especially like I said with this version, it's a very sad, depressed energy. And I do take jumper cards, but not when I drop like a few of them. But if I drop 1 or 2, I do take them, not like 3 or 4. That's just me as a reader. Every reader is different. And what works for them, works for them. Okay, this jumped out. This is the 8 of Wands. So this might be something, this connection, you guys connecting, that must have been something really quick and fast, and you feeling attracted towards them in a short interaction, or like minimal interaction with them, kind of a flash in the pan kind of thing, and then not getting any favorable or encouraging response from them, because like I said, they are just not available at this time, and it's best to just leave them be and allow them to go through the transformation. Sorry to say, if you were hoping for a chance at reconnection with them, or like maybe you're hoping to send them a message, some communication, the response based on their energy, that might not be something that you would like, I feel like. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, looking at a new beginning, but with the Ace of Pentacles, okay, that kind of a new beginning often involves us getting out of our comfort zone. So right now, their comfort zone, if that's not a comfort zone as in a comfortable place, but where they are at right now, for this person to be available to make a new kind of beginning with you or with anybody else, I feel like in relationships, they would literally have to unlearn and shed a lot of their old self that they have been familiar with for all their lives, and just present a brand new kind of an energy, to be able to be functional in relationships. If they were not able to like shed the old and like imbibe the new, as I said in the beginning, this just makes them not very functional and not available and not the ideal partner, I must say. So they are, I feel like with the death energy, the transformation, they are headed towards that, okay? And they're headed towards this new kind of beginning, okay? So I feel like also one of the messages that I'm getting, like if you were to send some kind of a communication their way, it might take them a lot of time to respond to it, to get back to you, but it's likely that you will hear back from them, and you will see like they have taken the time to heal, because this moon energy, that also kind of makes us see things that are not there within a connection, or like misinterpret is the word that I was looking for, sorry. So they might also like be prone to misinterpreting you and your interaction with them so far, and kind of being confused about that as well with the Seven of Cups energy there. So because them being in their heads and going through this ending and transforming and also being closed off, it might be some time before you hear back from them. If you do send them a message or like communicate with them, they might not be as responsive, but they're headed there. So in future, with like time being passed, there's a chance that this connection might get a new beginning, but definitely not yet. Okay, the top row is the cards that I'm looking at with what they're dealing with. So in the future, maybe this reading is making me feel maybe you would have a renewed kind of beginning with them, but not yet. But they're getting there. Okay, kind of makes me feel hopeful too, because all this time I was feeling like really this heaviness of the Ten of Swords, and I was feeling like their exhaustion in my body as I was reading the cards. But with this, like the Ace of Pentacles energy, I feel like they will be able to come out of their zone, which is being here. I feel like they might be able to step out of that. There's a bear in the card. I don't know if you can see, coming out of its cave. You know, so slowly but surely, it does look like the future is bright for your person, or getting brighter, I might say, for them. Okay. And we have the sun, yeah. Speaking of bright, the sun. Yeah, I do feel like they will complete this healing journey. I'm also seeing the strength card here. I feel like they will be able to complete the healing journey that they are on with time, with some time. And they will be able to get to that bright, happy place, hopeful place. The sun to me is about a renewal, hope. And so is the star, you know, in this particular card and rendition of the Ace of Pentacles. We have the star as a symbol of hope, the sun as a symbol of hope, of a bright future, of strength. And strength to me is being able to integrate, sorry for shaking the table, being able to integrate the pain of their past, and grow from it, become stronger from it, is the vibe that I'm getting for this card. So I feel like in future, you know, this person just needs to go through this process, but they will be able to, you know. That's good. That's really good news to me, to see that come up in a tarot reading. And with the previous reading, pile 2's reading, I was wanting to get some kind of like future intention or like the direction, and I couldn't. But I feel like with this, Spirit is saying that, you know, this person will heal. Just give them some time. Okay? Of course, the choice is always yours, whether you want to stick around or no, and definitely go by what you truly feel. But there is hope for this person, for sure. Hope of transforming. Okay, let's get some more. How is your person feeling at this point? Manifestation. Yeah, so the confidence of being able to, or control, as I said, control over your life and feeling strong enough to manifest whatever they desire in their hearts. And I feel like this also could be pointing for some of you that they are desiring this reconnection, this new beginning with you. You know, the one, the ace. So it's likely that your person will get to a place where they will become more proactive, and someone who takes more of a charge in the connection, being more present, and being able to respond to that desire. You know, if not right now, if they don't feel that right now, they're headed there. It all looks very hopeful for this pile. Okay, how is your crush feeling about you, feeling towards this connection? Where is their energy at right now? Clarity of belief. Again, them getting clear about what is it that they want. I feel like I'm also seeing the sword in the Justice card, which to me is logical thought and logical, or like our mental processes becoming more clear. And clarity of belief is, you know, them really connecting with their own selves and being able to discern what direction they want to head in, and they are headed there. Look at all the ones, like new. It's almost like your person is transforming into this new person, like an absolutely new, more vibrant, more alive kind of an energy. And also another aspect to this clarity of belief card that I also got for the first pile is, you know, understanding in life and especially in the process of manifestation, really understanding that there has to be a balance between doing and letting go, or like of inaction, and being able to hold yourselves in that inactive space, and just allowing things to work themselves out. So that's very important when manifesting something, or like actively desiring something, that there has to be that freedom, that you have to allow life to just figure things out by itself, and knowing that even without your manifestations coming in or not, it's not something that is going to really, really affect you, because you're way above and way powerful than that. So letting go of that control in manifestation is very important, I feel like, and only a very strong individual can really do that. And I feel like your person, coming back to this reading, your person will be able to get to this place, like a very strong place. Like, this is going to be very transformative for them. This entire journey of going through the pain and of healing with time. Woo. I am so excited for your person, pile 3, and where they are headed. And if there is, a reading where I feel like, be patient with this person, this is one that I would say. With the other piles, I did not get that sense, or I actually didn't get an insight into, how this is going to pan out in the future. But with this one, I'm getting like, the advice that I could give, be patient with this. Kind of feel confident enough to give that advice here. Like, if you desire to wait and be patient. With the balance card, the divine feminine and the divine masculine coming together. This could be like the two of you coming together, but it does feel more like the two people coming together and balancing each other out. Because I feel like, your energy, which they might not realize now, but they are going to find out in the future that it really complements them very well. And this also means, them balancing themselves out, okay? Finding the place of balance within themselves. So their feminine aspects, them being able to respond to their emotions and feelings, which I feel like right now they are not. They're closed off. And they're not, like, even the thought exhausts them. I feel like being open to relationships. But they will be getting to this point where they will become more open to responding to the feminine aspects of themselves, and the male aspects of creation. So kind of like a very balanced place. Like I said, I feel like your person is in for the transformation of their lives. Like, I feel like I'm getting, like, that one relationship or that one sort of experience that gives us so much pain that it really, really changes us from our core. It feels like that kind of a transformation in the works for them with some time. So as I said, feeling very confident to say this, that if you do desire to wait and be patient with this one, I would say go ahead and be patient and wait. Usually I'm more like, take your pick, or like you choose, you decide, and mostly no, like don't stick around, don't wait. But this is quite very encouraging. As I said, I can't control the message, whatever comes through. Self-esteem, this card literally jumped out. So yeah, working, when we are healing, one of the areas a failed relationship really wounds is around self-esteem. And through this phase of transformation, I feel like they are working towards healing themselves and healing issues around self-esteem, which they will be able to do with that manifest card there, and feeling powerful. But it's one of the wounds that they're trying to heal right now and rise in their perception of their own selves. Okay, what else? Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. That's what the card says. So yeah, like I said, in the process of change, like right now what's happening is them transforming. So this card kind of reiterates what I've been saying for the past few minutes. And also understanding, like I feel like your person knows that their vibe needs to change for them to manifest the kind of life and the relationship that they want. And they understand that, understand their own personal responsibility, I feel like, in their lives, and how they create their own experiences. So there's that learning that goes beyond the point of just getting over the pain to then becoming even more empowered and taking charge, because then you become very focused on you. Like, I create my own experiences, I dictate how life turns and what experiences come in, and whatever comes in, it's my responsibility, and it's on me how to interpret that, how I process that. So I feel like your person is stepping into this realization slowly but surely, that our worlds are within us, come from us, and kind of like a reflection, of what's within. So that's very wise and very beautiful, and a very high level sort of transformation. Again, I'm saying what I said before, I am really excited for your person. What's going on with them? How is your crush? Whoa, oops. This card flipped over. Patience. So as I said, if you guys are, wondering if you should patiently wait for your person to go through what they need to go through, this card is kind of like a confirmation. Wait, if you do desire to. There is no harm in you patiently waiting, because they will get to a place where they will be worth it, like a good match for you, being able to match this vibe that you have, and they will have a lot to offer in time, and also that they require patience at this point of time. This person needs someone, or like the person that is interested in them, to wait. Okay, so I am going to leave your reading here. I do hope that this reading clarifies a lot for you, gives you sort of the insight of what's going on with your person, gives you the clarity and the answers. And I will have all the info for booking private readings with me. At the time of posting this video, all my readings, private readings, are pay what you can afford. So yeah, check out that info in the description box. And thank you so much once again for being here, for watching this video. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.